Oh shit. What did I do? That's strange. I accidentally like activated the brake somehow. Okay. Hope we didn't break anything. I'll switch over to tower. So let's go ahead and switch monitoring here. Oh, really? How's it going so far? Alright, so with tower, we're indicating 480 feet. So at 1,480, we're going to start our acceleration, thrust reduction, and 3480 will be 220 to 250. Excuse me. Pardon me. Let's not fall asleep now. Okay, and it was 19.9, right? Yeah. Tie game, no kidding. Yeah, exactly, Ryan. You know, I know. It's like I worked all day, and it's like, maybe you shouldn't be flying. Okay. Seattle Tower, Delta 576 by 34 right, ready for departure.
Delta 576, Seattle Tower, 134 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 34 right, Delta 576. Why is it saying 515? I know I had set it like earlier before. Okay. Hope you guys don't mind the brighter time of day. Alright, so it's heading 345 with the departure, and then pick up the 341 radial, and then radar vectors. So we're going to wait until 880 to get onto that radial. Here we go. Okay, power set. Your speed is alive.
80 knots. B1, rotate.
Okay, we got a positive rate. Here's coming up.
Delta 576, contact departure.
Over to departure, Delta 576. Got the city out there. Seattle departure, Delta 576, 1,800 to 9,000.
Delta 576, Seattle departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 15,000.
Climb maintain 15,000, Delta 576.
Delta 576, turn left heading 260.
Left 260, Delta 576. Okay, let's see, autopilot, come on. Now you said 15,000.
Delta 576, turn left heading 180.
Left 180, Delta 576. Ooh, that's rough, Ashman. I'm sorry to hear that, dude. Get a little fast here. Alright, so we just took off from here.
Delta 576, flighting 150, trying J1, resume on navigation.
Left 150, we'll join J1 and we'll resume on navigation, Delta 576. Can't even talk. Join day 1.
Ryanair 2564, San Francisco, clearance on request. Delta 576, contact Seattle Center 125.1.
Seattle Center 125.1, Delta 576.
Ryanair 2564, clear to use John Wayne Airport offshore to departure, Mickey transition then as files, flying via the CITIX at maintain 10,000. Squawk 6740.
Let's get acceleration, go to 280.
Ryanair 2564, read back correct.
Would you wikes? Yeah. Yeah. Man. Alright. Seattle Center, Delta 576, 1,900 for 15,000.
Delta 576, Seattle Center, climb and maintain flight level 310.
Flight level 310, Delta 576.
Southwest 291, contact Los Angeles Center 133.2.
Los Angeles Center now 133.2, Southwest 291, so long.
Alright. Alright, so we're set up for outbound.
Yeah, it's 792, contact Denver approach 120.35.
Let me just...
120.35, United 792 heavy.
Sky 410 northbound approach, current on request.
Man, 2 hours. I still can't get it. 2 hours. Dude. That's like potential job burnout. Oh, look at that. Kind of hazy, but it looks cool.
Minute 792 heavy, Denver approach, roger, expect Alice, runway 35 left approach.
Consuming those bottles, huh? Washing endless diapers.
Sky 410, cleared from the Marina Airport to the Palo Alto Airport as filed to maintain 6,000, departure frequency 121.3, squawk 2506, hold for release.
I know, right? And usually J-Snap's visible in like the chat, even lurking, like on the channels, and I haven't even seen you around much. Full on concentration. Come back to the wing view in a moment. Enjoy this for now. Was Vu home, or was she lucky enough to be away to dodge that cold bullet?
Arrow 811 Mike 0, continual clearance on request.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's great. So it's basically keeping the ball moving forward. That's nice.
811 Mike 0, clear to the Colorado Springs Airport, Denver 1 departure, radar vectors left, speed and inch filed. Maintain 8,000, expect 900,000, 10 minutes after departure.
Speed's a little slow.
Frequency 126.
Let's get altimeters appropriately set. That.
Number 811 Mike Sierra, back ready.
Okay. Oh, we got to get those lights out.
United 792, contact Denver approach 123.85.
What are we doing? What are we doing? We're getting the volume up a little bit.
Nine 792 heavy Denver approach. Roger. After Eldora, cleared ILS. Runway 35 left approach.
Nice. Glad you're enjoying those visuals. We're flying out of the True Earth, Washington, which at least gives nice consistency. That's cool. So she's talented in the areas of sound and web development. Guess we could do a flyby. We haven't even done a flyby yet. Ooh, Mount St. Helens. Gotta do that again. We gotta do our magnification factor though.
November 1 Mike Sierra, Centennial ground, runway 17 left, taxi via Alpha.
We just missed the mountain hall. Let's do it again, but it won't go as high above us. Let's try one more time. Like right about there. Maybe a little smidge like that. Let's see if we can get like that. There it is. It's weird. I'm following you, Caesar, but I somehow didn't see your streaming. How often do you stream?
Sky High 410, Roger, time now is
Oh, wow.
0155, clearance for Later Flight Airborne by 0200, release for departure.
Alright, we gotta go to like the exterior view here. First, let's bring down the exterior engine sounds so we don't make our ears bleed too badly. What happened? Oh, I guess. Oh, cool. I'm assuming you're streaming X-Plane. What do you do, airliner, or do you do GA? Can't remember. Ah, cool. And now you have this airplane on PilotEdge. Sweet. Alright, we're closer to Battleground. We're going to switch over to that in a
Anyone on
moment.
the departure frequency, heads up. Delta 576, contact Seattle Center 135.15.
135.15, Delta 576. Offhand, I'm not sure, Jason, but he streamed last night. You said 135.15, right? I guess we're going to find out. Alright, and then we got to put in 16.6. And we're at, why am I descending? I must have lost wind, or did I... screw up the autopilot mode? The wind must have suddenly changed or something. Oh, you know, well, you know what it is. Okay. Well, we didn't really want to do that. Okay. Let's turn left a little bit. And Seattle Center, Delta 576, level 279 for 310.
Delta 576, Seattle Center, roger.
Alright, so outbound from Battleground. Outbound from Battleground is... $149. Nice river action out here. Gotta be up and around, yep, we're right around the Portland area. I thought about flying out of Portland tonight, then I decided to go to Seattle. Going to attempt Phoenix to Los Angeles again. Wish you luck.
Air 25.
Oh, cool. So you're gonna fly it now. Nice, dude.
Taxi via Alpha Mike 1.
Nice. Hey, Amanda, what's happening? How you been? A little Law and Order action. Nice. Well, thanks for popping in and saying hello. Hope it's a good episode.
At 792, contact number tower 133.3.
Amanda's just doing a flyby. And if you watch my streams, you know I like flybys, so no problem there.
At 792 heavy on the tower, 135 left, clear to land.
Alright, here's Portland down here. I did pick up the, what is it? The flight beam, Portland. I only took off out of there once. I just checked it out real quick. I gotta check it out in a little more detail. I mean, it didn't come across to me as, like, way more amazing than Mr. X, that's for sure, but I wanted to support the fact that they were making an airport for X-planes, so... I hope they do their Minneapolis-St. Paul for X-Plane, because that would be like a really nice area to have, you know? Because that would sit nicely between like Denver, O'Hare, you know, that whole area. So hopefully we'll keep having some more airport releases. I really hope that we get a Las Vegas release for supposed to be, I think I had read that there. Oh, here's Mount Hood. They were gonna who was it? Not Flight Beam, it's Fly Tampa was gonna port there. Las Vegas, he said early next year, so I'm assuming spring. Kind of sucks that we have to wait that long, but it is what it is.
Sky 410, contact 10 miles west of Salinas, Monterey altimeter 29 and 96.
Well, either controller change or he's on a break. Alright, see what our speed is. We're probably starting to accelerate a little bit. Nope, not yet. Turn to the right a little.
Arizona 2564, San Francisco Tower runway 1 left, clear for takeoff, wind 270 at 13.
We saw some reports of some fires kicking up in California, unfortunately.
0811 Centennial Tower, turn right heading 320.
I was just thinking about that just because of how hazy it looks from up here,
wind
but
170 at 3.
and remembering like, sometimes when there is a lot of fires, it totally messes up the visibilities in the sim too.
Turn left, the direct mover.
Alright, so let's see, 149 outbound and Klamath Falls 15.9 on the 333. Which would be 153 here. And 15.9. Got that there. And we might as well put in the next VOR after Klamath. Red Bluff 15.7. Okay. Alright, let's pull the power to 85. Let's see how we do there. And check out Mount Hood for a while. When you get a break in the action, can you see your cabin pressure? Here, I'll show you right now. Cabin pressure panel. Looks like we are at the... I'll get closer for you. Like more straight on. So I always leave it on auto. Well, basically this is put it on the flight mode. You just set these. I don't mess with this stuff. This is only if you have to go into the standby. Looks like we're right. Cabin altitude of 6,000 feet with a pressure differential currently at 7.4, 7.5. Let's go to the edge of the yellow. That I don't really know offhand. I haven't really noticed. JSnap would know that though, probably. Because he did some unique coding.
Resonate 2564, local departure, radar contact, climb and maintain.
The answer is
190.
yes. I had cabin at 6,000 and it was at 4K. Oh, well, you mean you set. So did you set this to 6,000 and it was at 4,000? Well, because this is only if you were to switch this to manual, I believe. So you see how this has auto? Everything here you just set for the normal automatic mode, and then if there's a problem, I guess, where you had like an auto fail light come on, then you'd be concerned about this. Yeah, I mean, I remember like when I was doing my cold and dark starts initially, learning how to set things up, and I was like, okay, what do I do? Do I said to put this at 6,000? And I was like all confused by that. Yeah, and then this is like the default setting for the standby, but you can, I guess, manually decrease it or increase it by dragging it left and right, if I understand that correctly. I haven't read about that in quite a while, so. In the manual modes, the open and close toggle manually.
Number 1, Max Zero, runway heading ascent, heading was heading 350, sorry, 320, turn right, heading 320.
So it's, there must be a typo.
Number 1, Max Zero,
It said toggle manually, then you got MLED, the angle of the valve. Standby mode is what uses the altitude and rate knob, okay. But yeah, I'm not sure I understood what the last part was, or that middle part.
Aero 811 Max 11 departure with a contact, climb and maintain.
There are two manual modes. One is AC and one is DC powered in case the AC or DC motor breaks or that bus dies.
Right, turn direct, Lucy.
So is the one with the toggle switch the DC mode?
Sky High 410, contact local approach 135.65.
I think these are the three sisters right out here. I don't know if it's these three peaks are the three sisters or if it's this, this, and this, but it's cool. I have all these peaks out here. Manual modes. Standby mode is where you control the altitude and the rate. Alright, yeah, I'd have to like read up more on it. I had a one of my recent flights, JSnap. I think it's still on the VOD. It was my 8-hour flight, or 9.5-hour VOD. If you fast forward to the beginning of the second flight, I had a
135.65.
okay, so we're seeing like these peaks here, and then North Sister, Middle Sister, South Sister. They should have called this one Janet, as in the middle sister. You could have called it Marcia, Janet, Cindy. Oh wow! So, like, were you in a position where you could see the mountains too, like that close, like you could enjoy the scenery while you were watching?
Sky High 410 cleared RNAV, runway 31 approach.
That looks cool, doesn't it? Am I talking loud enough over the sim? Looks like a little ski area there. Very small. Maybe there's more on the other side. Volume was good, cool. So north, middle, south. And J-Snap watching the eclipse right there, maybe. Yes, but there's a lot of forest fire smoke. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense, because laterally the smoke would interfere. But looking straight up, the smoke layer obviously ends sooner. The free Mr. X Phoenix. Oh, cool. Yeah. That's one of his really old ones, too. He did some updates with, like, PBR texture stuff, I think, so it still looks really cool, but it's amazing how much free work. You know, those free airports he did were great. I mean, you basically got San Francisco, San Diego, Phoenix, a free version of Los Angeles. Of course, his paywares the next level up, but still. If he decided to redo all of his free airports, his payware quality that he stepped it up to, I would definitely buy them. The Phoenix is...
Oakland Center, good evening, resident 2564, flight level 18.8 for 22.
What do you mean it's wrong? Like just the layout of it or something? Or?
I'm saying level 350, resident 2564.
Hey, Darren Vox, how you doing, buddy? The terminals are wrong. Yeah, so it is an older version, though, so I have a feeling maybe they could have made changes to the airport. Unless he made some blatant mistakes back then. I don't know, but... There is a, I forgot what company does it. It's like... It has like a foreign country name in it, right? What's it called? I think they also do a version of John Wayne as well. You know, like how there's a Fly Tampa. Isn't there like some Sim Brazil, or maybe I'm thinking about the guy that comes in here sometimes. That does a Phoenix and a John Wayne. And I think Gibbs was saying a while ago, a long time ago, he was saying that he liked that other version of Phoenix quite a bit. Yo, Rod, what's up, buddy? Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I misread everything that you said, Caesar. I thought you said that the Mr. X Phoenix was wrong. I was like, oh, really? That's why I was surprised. But yeah. Okay, if it's a default version, then I understand. Rod, I hope you're enjoying tuning in at the moment that we're gazing at these three hot sisters. And her cute friends nearby. Of course, I bet you could pull up some real-life pictures. Oh, Brad, what's up, man? Welcome. Yeah, actually, Rod, believe it or not, this is the True Earth, Washington into Oregon. So yeah, what's up, Brad? Thanks a lot for hosting, buddy. How you doing, man? Hope you guys had some good flights. I know you were flying your favorite airplane, the 777. So hope you guys were successful. Boss Bud Gaming, what's going on, man? How you doing? We're cruising on our way to Burbank, out of Seattle.
410, say altitude.
So we're out of Seattle. And one of the reasons why... Oh man, I hope we didn't like talk our way right through it. Oh no, good. Was so we just passed Three Sisters. Up on the right, we'll be seeing pretty soon. Zandazi, how you doing? Thanks for following. Crater Lake, Yamse Mountain, a few mountains to look at and enjoy.
That's 300 feet below the altitude, published altitude. It's going to be a non-passing grade on the Sky 4.
Plenty of hydraulic fluid this time, nice. Yeah, I had a, speaking of failures, I was just saying before, I had an autopilot failure out of Michigan, and I was flying to about 400 and something miles. So I had to hand fly. It was more like trim fly, you know, but hand flying 30,000 feet in this airplane. It's pretty brutal. But we made it. And we stayed within, you know, ATC we could have gotten away with like a 1,500 foot altitude block. We were doing okay. Canadan, what's up, buddy? Alright, let's switch over to the other VOR. 15.9. I think the inbound course was going to be 153. So we've been sort of slacking and chatting and looking out the window. Not much. I'm patiently waiting for the AMD to release the 3950. Yeah, and I was just rewatching the Laminar X-Plane talk about Vulcan and the beta coming out pretty soon. I guess like at the end of the year, they're thinking. And that the AMD process, of course, will finally be what looks like performing to the level that they should for X-Planes. So you got to be psyched if you're going to fly X-Plane. See, we might as well bring our normal engine sound back to normal. We were external for a while, so Rainier, oh awesome. Oh man, wow. Coming up through the clouds. That is cool. Yeah, we were just enjoying the view that a little while ago. Okay, here comes Crater Lake.
And once again, just for your next attempt on the rating, you again below the published altitude. If you look at the line between Sapit and Yerkes, you see 4,800 just above. That's the minimum altitude to descend to, and you're 400 feet below that.
Yeah, it seems like it. Valdez is always like the Pacific Northwest streamer. I remember just watching so many of his flights, GA in the area. Oh, cool. Let's check it out. Wow. Damn, that's cool with the snow around it. So that picture was taken from, I think, this side, I'm assuming. Yeah, at the bottom of the picture is this. And you're seeing this in the distance, right? And then there's the little dome. That is cool. That is wild. How that watercolor looks like that. Look at it. You can even, they even colored it like that in the scenery. It kind of has that bluish look. Looking straight down on it now. Of course, nothing beats real life.
Center, Horizon 25.
Horizon 2564, go ahead.
I'd like to stay level at 33,000 feet for clouds.
Horizon 2564, descend and maintain, flight level 330.
It's maintain level 330, Horizon 25.
Passengers snapping their cell phones away, taking pictures. Nice Canada. So when people drive here, I mean, I can see a couple of roads, but like, are people able to get on the lake in any way, or is it like protected from people going on their own boats and polluting, or? You can walk down there. And isn't this thing like super deep?
Sky for 10 contact local approach 121.3.
Run by that. Yeah, that's cool. Makes sense. That makes sense. Between like having direct control over potential stuff coming off the boat, chemical wise, or people littering and stuff like that.
Sky for 10 local approach, roger.
Yeah, that is really. I love when I see like one of your pictures, Rod, and I'm like, whoa, it doesn't look too bad in the sim. Yeah. I wonder. Oh, we're off. I wonder what the temperature reaches. Yeah, the water temperature. Alright, so let's see where this is. So we've passed Greater Lake. We're looking off to the right, and I guess we're seeing the Upper Klamath Lake. Klamath Falls over here. Oh wow, no kidding.
Then I changed the advisory frequency group.
Hey.
The cancellation very far in the air. This frequency on the ground, frequency 122.2.
Great Italian, how you doing?
Horizon at 2564, contact Los Angeles Central,
Alright, so
133.2.
since we're doing so much sightseeing, let's just go ahead and put this on VOR track for the time being. And just set up the next course, which is going to be 174.
123.2, present air 2564 minute.
Oh, that's interesting. Coming up on the south border of the, I think it's south border of the True Earth scenery. But they announced that they're doing NorCal. So for those of you that are liking the True Earth, they're basically continuing right down the coast. I think this is the border coming up. Let's check. Yeah, Oregon, California border. Stick our face right up against the window. Yeah, Caesar, for sure. Yeah, I was watching the Orbix presentation. Oops, we've passed the station. So let's put this on 174. And we'll see how it does. Anyway, so they also we're talking not just about their own stuff, but their partnerships. And they have like a collaboration with, or a partnership with Turbulent Designs that does a couple airports for X-Plane. The MBS, Saginaw, Michigan, and Idaho Falls. And they do have a thing that's been out, oh, look at that, for P3D, I guess, and FSX maybe as well, called Terra Flora, which is basically a worldwide replacement of basically plant life, and they're doing it for X-Plane. So it'll be interesting to see, you know, some reviews on that, what it has to offer. Can we? Yeah, the MD-11. I know. There was an update on it not too long ago. Nothing about like timing or anything, but alright, let's see which one that is. So that is Mount Shasta. Alright, so we're 18 miles out and we're enjoying a big Shasta right there. And we're going to take the 174 all the way to Red Bluff, halfway, 0.352. So, that. And that'll be 172. That's looking cool. That mountain is a nice, respectable 14,162 feet tall from sea level. And look at that. It's an 11,000 foot, essentially, like the surrounding land here. These are 3,500 foot contours around the base, 4,000. So that is definitely serious jutting out of the ground there. That's looking cool. Anything out this side? Kind of bland. Nothing compares to that thing. Nice. Let's check it out. Oh, wow. Yeah, there you can see like the good contrast to the dark pine trees. This is Google source. It's got some varying colors, but I guess the True Earth Northern California scenery would probably bring it much closer to that picture as far as color goes. Now, where were you in relation, like, see that mountain right there? I think it's like 7,000. Like, whenever I do my GA flights up here, I'm always kind of cruising up this road here. And I love just flying like right by this thing and looking at that. When's the next? For me? I don't know. I don't have any particular plans.
So V for departure is pilot discretion. For IFR, it's 122.2 for clearance.
I've been a little sporadic on my GA flying. I should do it more often.
V for departure, it's up to you. I for departure, clearance frequency 122.2.
You were on the east side traveling. Okay, I am now. Okay. Okay, so you were, so the mountain was off to your west, so kind of what we just saw.
Delta 576, contact Oakland Center 132.95.
132.95, Delta 576. What do you say, Oakland Center, right? I think. Oakland Center. You have Delta 576, flight level 310.
Sky Fulton, no approach, have a cancellation received, have a good night. Delta 576, Oakland Center, roger.
Hey, Keith 210, what's up, buddy? How you been, man? It's been a while. Hope all is well. Yeah, for sure, Ryan. There was a period of time where I probably flew the Bonanza every day for like a year and a half in the sim. Yeah, occasional, maybe sporadic airliner flights here and there, but I still have the, I think I still have the most of my minutes are logged in that airplane, I think, on PE. Keith, this is, so I'm using the X Vision tool to adjust the atmosphere and the clouds, and I'm using a vivid preset that I slightly modified to make less vivid as far as the colors. And it also, and then it does that to the clouds. It adjusts the clouds. And I'm using Active Sky for the weather injection, but I'm not using their clouds. I just haven't started. I just haven't tried. Caesar, yeah, probably, yeah. Yeah, I know. John was like, you should fly something other than the Bonanza. I'm sick of watching the Bonanza. I'm like, well, I don't know what to tell you, dude. I like it. And the other factor, too, if you think about it, it's like, well, what if I owned a Bonanza? You know, like, the people that own their, you know, own an airplane, would they... I mean, yeah, in the sim it's easy to switch back and forth, but... That's with this on 15.7. So yeah, it was funny. Just for Ram. Hey, how's it going, man? Yes, X-Plane. Wind Rod, yeah. It's what caused him to hit the bottle into his thrust man. Oh, that's funny. It was Josh's. That's so funny. Good old Thirstmaster. What am I seeing out here? Big Lake. Oh, we must be by Reading, is it? Yeah. These mountains look awesome. So I love flying GA coming through here, and then when Shasta starts to appear off in the distance, it's like, oh my god, that looks so cool. You're doing a long haul. Cool. Where are you going? From where to where? 37 miles to go till, let's see, it's Trinity Lake. Oh, no, I'm sorry. We were looking at Shasta Lake. And the city of Reading. Red Bluff VOR. So we're inbound on 352. It's going to be 144 and then SAC on 15-2. So 144, 15-2. We'll put 144 there. What? And then we could put it here actually. Oh no, wrong. Not ready for it yet. St. Martin to Schiphol. How long does that take? Beast Killy, how you doing? $16 billion, right? Yeah, well, just for him, he'll continue to update his Twitch name as the requirements continue to increase. This looks cool. Big river. 0740. What's the bug on the standby altimeter used for? To me, it looks like you can also set the maybe in a decision altitude. It's only letting me do it in 100-foot increments. It's kind of interesting. Just like on the regular altimeter as well. Oh no, I'm sorry, on the radar altimeter. Just had an interesting idea and wanted to share it with other plane guys. Oh yeah? Okay. Didn't realize he was a regular watcher. Yeah, so Greg is still watches everything going on. He's on a little bit of a hiatus, though, I guess, from scenery right now. But yeah, he does amazing work, and he likes to lurk. He'll chime in and hang. But yeah, but if you send him like a whisper, like ask him a question or something like that, and also email as well, but or like messages through explain.org's direct messaging, he'll get back to you and talk to you and answer questions and stuff. So he's a really good guy. So what if you took a B-52 and shaved it down to 3/4 of a B-52 and added 2 Pratt & Whit F-100s? Well, I mean, I guess what's cool is you can do that in Plane Maker if you have X-Plane, if you want to experiment with stuff. I didn't really think much about that, but yeah, man. It's good to have an imagination and try it out. Yeah. Well, he oh, we got a turn coming. He is, even though, like, you might not see him as much in the chat, he's, like I said, always, paying attention to what's going on. Alright, it should start to turn automatically. If not, we'll give it a little help with the heading, but there it goes. Yeah, I don't know what speed you'd have to do that. Ooh, look at the fresh green. A B-52 with a... Oh, nice. I'll have to click on that in another tab and watch it later. Are we due for a flyby? I think yes. Alright, we're 22 miles out from Red Bluff, and we're on our way to the SAC. Not far from where the executives fly out of. So I think we have 15.2 dialed in there already, so we should check and see if we have Selena or Salinas. So 325 and 117.3. So that's that, and 117.3. And we could do it here as well. Right. And wait, hold on. I might have jumped ahead. No, 15.2. I need 15.2 in there. So this should be on 15.2. Okay. That should be 15.2. This should still be 15.2. 15.7, 15.2, 17.3. Salinas, is that how they say it? Yeah. There's a Salina, Kansas, spelled the same exact way, but they dropped the S. I mean, it's spelled with the S, but they don't pronounce it. I only know because I was there back in 1998. You despise the JT3D. see how we're doing here. Playmaker is a part of X-Plane. I think it's still in the download, otherwise you can just download it separately. Sure is quiet here. Let's check the map. Are we like the only one flying in the west? Look at that. This person's probably on the ground. No, looks like they're futzing along at 98.92 knots. Ground speed. They're hanging on the ground. So we got one other person in the area. Oh, two. Sorry. Wait, hold on. Oh, but they're on the ground as well. Nico. It was busy when I first took off. Relatively speaking. Yo, Shenanigans, what's going on? What, a plane maker tutorial, Shenanigans? Why am I always anonymous on PilotEdge? Well, the only two choices were anonymous or my full name. Although now they have the last initial. But when I first was on, it was a full name. And I didn't want that. I wanted my alter ego name of Ned Torben, but they wouldn't let me do it. Now, if I was wise, I didn't know that. If I could have just signed up with that name instead. But I didn't think of that, you know. I didn't know. Check out these cool, I guess, man-made. Is this like an aqueduct? Two of them side by side? Yeah, right here. These rivers. Yeah, and it's like a pretty old one, right? But I guess they say it's still very valid to get you started, if I remember correctly. Alright, we're closer to the next VOR. So, what am I in? Heading mode right now? Nope, I am in loc. So put that to manual. We'll flip this to 15.2. .3. Put this 1 degree over. And we can do that if we want. Everything in California is fake. That's funny. There's a lot of silicone outside the valley. Yeah, occasionally. So what happens is I have the frame rate. I'm streaming off the same machine that I'm flying. And what happens is the OBS stream is set at 30. And if the frame rate of the sim falls below the frame rate of OBS, it will sort of get a little glitchy.
Delta 576, would like a shortcut, please direct diagonal.
Hold on, let's see what he's suggesting. Oh, negative. We're just enjoying this navigation practice, but thank you for, Delta 576.
Gotcha, no problem.
So he offered me to go basically direct to there. That's alright, we'll have a look at Monterey. I wonder if, Beast Kills, I wonder if, so, do you have X-Plane or no? I was going to suggest maybe, if you didn't even have it, you can just try to download, I would imagine the demo comes with Plane Maker too, right? So we're going to make a quick change. Ooh, there's a problem loading the scenery package. I'm on maximum res right now, but I'm going to do a real quick change to one step lower. Even though it says restart to apply. Actually, the way it works is when you go to the next set of tiles that load in, they will load in on the lower res. Because in the Burbank area, I always get slammed with frames, and like it brings up the memory on my video card to like 18 gigs. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, listen, if you can go ahead and buy it, awesome. It's a lot of fun. Alright, we got 14 miles to go. We're going to make a turn. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, we didn't set up the next turn yet. So, we're going to go outbound on 164. Yeah, 18 gig. Exactly. So this is the other thing that Vulcan is supposed to do. They explain. If you watch the Vulcan update, it's the same exact one that Ben gave at Flight Sim Expo, but it's done by Philip. And they talk about texture paging. And how typically that was handled by... all handled by... I think it was OpenGL, and a lot of it was kept in RAM. So OpenGL was trying to like load anytime you turn your head, right? That leftover texture. So if let's say you have a 8 GB card, you see the juddering right there. That's because we're getting a little bit of a lower frame rate. But anyway, the way they explained it was, you had, let's say, an 8 GB card, and let's say you had 15 GB loaded. So you have 7 GB that can't fit on your card or be in your RAM. But then anytime you turned your head, it would have to unload the textures you were looking at and load on the textures you just turned your head to. And that always causes a problem. So what's going to be theoretically really nice is that when Vulcan comes, it's going to handle it in such a way that that paging is going to be much more efficient somehow. And of course, in the presentation, they explain it much more eloquently than I can right now. Yeah. The new trailer. K-Boo, how you doing? Not sure if I'm pronouncing your name right. What, for Flight Sim? I saw today's release of what they called, what did they call it? Chapter 1 or something like that. It came out today, and it was one of the developers talking about how it works, like what they're doing and stuff, which was kind of explained by Frugal Pete, but it's still cool to see it from, you know, one of the developers. These kills, you're asking J-Snap about thoughts on an F-35. J-Snap, I don't know if you can hear us or not. J-Snap is in the middle of transporting himself somewhere, so he might not be eyes on chat the whole time. So I figured I'd repeat your question in case if he hears me faster than he looks at the chat. Keith, 210. Half Moon Bay always gets you. In what way? You mean you enjoy it? You like to look at it? Or on your machine it messes you up? Or you talk about what we saw before with the scenery error? Keith, have you been flying at all? I mean, I know I haven't seen you streaming forever. Unless I've been somehow missing your show. Oh, the scenery error, gotcha. Yeah, I saw that too, yeah. The offline mode actually does look pretty decent. Quite a few clouds out here right now. So we are outbound 19 miles from here, now over at Salinas by Monterey. And I guess this is... Oh, Half Moon Bay's over here. Well, the airport's here. So, it says it's clear. Whether or not... That's an automated station, so basically it won't read clouds above 12,000, so it could be still cloudy. But we'll see. So we're coming down this way. Kind of missing out over here. All these rivers are always really nice. Although maybe we'll see a couple. Taylor Mock, hey there, was wondering how to make friends in real life that have the same interest in me, aviation. When you say aviation, you mean like sim-wise or actually flying? Yeah, that's a good point. Gotcha, Keith.
213 Boeing clearance our request.
Yeah, B-Skills makes a good point there. Local clubs. Also, you could always go down to like a local, like an FBO at the airport. You know, like a general aviation airport. FBO is a fixed base operator. I'm not sure what you know or not, but kind of just hang around the desk and chat with people. Especially if you're flying, because then you can talk about flights with them and stuff. And then depending on where you live, I mean, sometimes you get lucky if you're on Twitch, and if you're interested in flight simulation, you might...
213 clear to Portland Airport, Seabane 1 departure as filed. Climb by the SID. Departure frequency 120.4, squawk 3313.
You might have the chance to, you know, by chance, like, see other people in chat that are relatively local to you.
Correct. Also, just you know, we'll be departing.
You have like a game controller. You can get away with using a game controller. Dane Flats could show you that stuff. Actually, he's another streamer. You can get a. Everything's operating a little smoother now. We might have loaded in the other parameters. you can also look into so X-Plane, yeah, it's $60. If you wanted to get a stick, you could get the 3D Logitech Extreme. Oh, sorry, Logitech Extreme 3D Pro. It's $40. So you could have basically a nice basic controller, twist grip stick that does the rudders for you, a few programmable buttons. It looks nice. It's very stable, heavy duty, lasts a long time, and that's a big favorite of people starting out and even continuing. A lot of people fly and use them for years. Alright, so we should be on 17.3 on the other one. We're about the halfway point now, I think. Let's see. Yeah, so we're just about halfway between the two VRs. Yeah, and then you'll really enjoy X-Plane. And the nice thing about, if you choose to get into X-Plane right now, I mean, there's a lot of cool things about it. A lot of good freebie stuff that'll make the sim look really good, and then there's some really nice payware. You're in high school, you want to fly with someone in the sim, but also hang out with them in real life. Gotcha. Oh, yeah, I understand, yeah. Okay. Are you in the U.S.? Oh, we're coming out from the clouds so we can see some coastline out there. Taylor Mock, thanks for following. Are you thinking about going to college for aviation? Are you that interested, or some high schools have like a high school program that lets you, as a junior and senior, work toward a private pilot license, where like you go for like this half of the day for school to actually do ground school training, and depending on their funding, sometimes they'll even give you flight time. So that would also be another thing to look into. It just depends on where you live. Like here in the Northeast, one's a BOCES program, another one's called Questar, and they're scattered around the country, these programs. You might even choose to Google and say, like, I don't even know how you'd search it. Flight training. I mean, because to get a student pilot certificate, you can do it, I think, by 16 on single engine, and I think glider you can do as young as 14, right? Yeah, the F-14 is always a all-time favorite. Can you, in theory, go off course and explore? And in the sim, or you mean in real life? In real life, you can explore anywhere as long as you don't fly into a prohibited airspace or restricted airspace without permission, or a control, like a towered airspace without communicating with them. In the sim, yes, you can pretty much go anywhere in the world, and then you can either fly over generic scenery or photo scenery in X-Plane. Of course, Microsoft Flight Sim's new release in basically however long that takes to come out will promises to give you the entire world covered in realistic scenery. But you can build it in X-Plane as well for free.
Not even close. I'll give it to you again. Go to San Francisco Airport. C-Bane 1 departure.
Actually, you know what? That's a really good point. I forgot all about Civil Air Patrol. So Civil Air Patrol will typically have, I didn't do it myself, but I've seen people get involved where from a very young age they do like Friday night meetings, or depending on your location, but where young people get together and start working on the program, and you know, they're interested obviously in aviation, and
They're trying to 999 reback correct.
and also cable the. What's cool is all of the navigation transmitters
November 2102
are simulated in X-Plane, so you can tune those in and guide yourself around from going direct from VOR to VOR, not necessarily following a route if you want to explore that way. Alright, so we got 18 miles to go to here, and then we're going to go outbound on the 128. And then we need 17.1. So let's put 128 here. 17.1 needs to be here and here. And then we're not terribly far from the beginning of the arrival. And that's going to be this. Why'd you do that to me? Come on. Okay, so sign in. And the flight's still there. That's good. And we'll go there. Hey, you got to turn that thing around, will you? Oh, okay, let's try this again. Alright, let's disengage this. And we'll put in this. Okay, so we're going to fly out of Avino. We'll be basically on the Fernando 7 arrival. So let's get ready to brief this in just a few minutes. Let's first just check, see how we are here.
Open center 127.5.
Delta 576, was that 127.5?
12745.
Okay, 12745. Yeah, 576, thanks. 127.
Number 2102 FJS, tower runway 33, cleared for takeoff.
I think this is Los Angeles. Los Angeles Center, Delta 576, flight level 310.
Go to 576 Oakland Center on.
Oakland Center. Okay. I was a little jumping the gun there. Alright, 128. Here. Just in case. I'd be brand new if got into this again. I know nothing, but it would be fun to get into something new. Something cheaper than being... Oh yeah, audio equipment. Although good audio equipment can last a while, though, at least. But yeah, it's a... I mean, simming is a very fun hobby, and you can learn a lot from it and apply it to real-life flying later on. Or while you're doing real-life flying, check out the river here. So cool. So, do I fly in real life? I haven't flown in a long time. I have some single engine time and glider time, but no certificates. Alright, so we're going to pick up this radial. It's going to take us...
02 Whiskey, see altitude.
to Robbie intersection. Let's enjoy the view, since we still have some time to do that.
02 Whiskey, ready to contact departure. Two Whiskey, Roger. I had a beacon here for you. Must have been the old one. Radar services terminated. Squawk via Farcanet.
Beast killer, yeah, for sure. Sounds like you might be getting infected with the aviation bug. Welcome to the club. Taylor Mock, I think it's pretty cool, the advancement of it. You know, the flight factor, the fact that they modeled it and supposedly applied some new, I don't know what you'd call it, coding. I don't know, better, clearer pictures of the avionics. I'm more of a dials guy on average. I mean, I'll fly like the IXCG 733 that has, you know, half glass, as well as the MD-80 sometimes. So I do like those, but it's cool that people have the option now. Just now accepting you're not a sports joke. All right, cool. So sounds like you have good access to aviation. All right, so we're kind of following this river down, or it just happens the routing takes us that way. So if we wanted to have a look at that, so basically we're coming out here, 50 miles where Robbie is. We should set up to go inbound on the 276 to Avenel. So it's 17-1 on 096 course. 17-1096. So let's just set that up. 096. And then you got 17-1. And then technically by then we'll be on the arrival. There'll be a depicted changeover point here, and Fillmore is on 12.5.
999 Boeing ground pushing out as approved. Expect runway 32 left.
So we'll put that here. And then, while that's happening, so we got 17 miles to go till the turn, and we wanted to have a look and see what like river this was. So this here is this area here. We're kind of just coming down this stretch. You can see the depicted river that has the potential to swell up the 101 coming down here. King City, Greenfield.
I
think we already passed that though.
Runway 25 clear to land, altimeter 3026.
So this might be one of the cities we were just looking at. Oh wow, that must have been really cool. Driving to the airport, breakfast place inside the terminal. Oh, nice. I remember the first time I heard a F-18 take off. Actually, it's Salina. And I was like, holy cow, that is damn loud. Alright, so this is starting to come centered. And what I'm going to do is figure out when will my top of descent be, assuming that we get the 11,000 that's depicted on the arrival. So Let's go to here. All right. Cool. To my location 9 days. Gonna do a collab with the snowbirds. Oh, that should be cool. Yeah, they put on a really good show too, the snowbirds. Yeah, I live on Long Island, and so we get to see the Jones Beach Air Show every Memorial Day, and usually the Thunderbirds and the Blue Angels alternate. Alright, so when we hit Avenal, it's going to be 129. That's going to be in 47 miles. And then according to the arrival, I'll just do most of this off screen, but so we're basically trying to figure out where it says here, notation 1 at Peru, to expect 11,000 and also to be slowed at 250 knots. So we got to get down to 11 and then slow down.
32 left taxi via Bravo.
Yes, although it does have a time acceleration. If you're flying on an ATC network, you have to get permission before you use time acceleration, because if you're with other airplanes, they're not going to want you like going twice as fast as everybody. But you can do a time acceleration. X-Plane lets you do it up to 16 times, but not always. I guess it's something to do with the way it's processing. It'll slow down automatically if it's too much. But other sims also do it as well, I believe. But I always fly real time. Real time and real weather. But you can do custom weather as well. Alright, so we're at 31,000 feet. We gotta lose 20,000 feet. Just multiply that by 3. Chop off the last 3 zeros. So, gotta lose 20,000 feet, or just take the 20, multiply by 3 at 60. It's just a basic rule of thumb. And we'll just add 10 to be safe. So about 70 miles out from Peru is where we'll start descending.
Air Canada, correction, Air China 999 Boeing ground. Are you able to do runway 32 left at Alpha 11, or do you require full length?
Michael Clark, how's it going? I do, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna watch how
Air
it's
China 999
progressing. I'm gonna,
at Alpha 11, taxi via
J
Alpha,
Wales
Alpha
TV,
11.
thank you very much for following. I'm gonna watch also other people flying it. I'm sure people are gonna eventually stream their access to the beta when they're allowed. See how it performs. Read a lot about it. Definitely want to try it. So yeah, I plan on it.
Reserve 2 Whiskey taxi departing my frequency. Good night.
All right, so. See, 70 minus 8. Okay, so it looks like about 14 miles after Avenal is when I'm going to start descending. doing that wrong, though. Oh, okay. Alright, I think that's right. We'll find out the hard way. That's the beautiful thing about simming. You won't kill yourself finding out the hard way. Excuse me. How about you, Michael Clark? What are you thinking? You gonna get it? Because they have tube. Yeah, so there's a new video out today on YouTube put out by the Microsoft Flight Sim team. And the guy narrates and explains the offline mode. And when it's in offline mode, then it does like object generation, and it looked really damn good in offline mode too. So check it out, watch it.
So the 213 Boeing Tower, runway 32 left clear for taking
Flow fam, yeah, right? In real life you wouldn't even be able to physically do it because it's a
576, contact Los Angeles Center 133.2.
133.2 Delta 576. Alright, let's see. Essentially the window's like plugged in with pressurization. So you wouldn't be strong enough to even pull that open when it's pressurized. Alright, we gotta turn to 129.
3476 X-ray, runway 29 to clear to land. For 120 Tango, be a few more minutes before you get a long wait.
Los Angeles Center, Delta 576, level 310.
Delta 576 LA, roger.
Alright, so we're doing about
Los Angeles Tower, I'm outside Delta airspace, standby. For 5528 Whiskey. Leaving the Bravo airspace. Cancel altitude restriction, resume navigation. Contact SoCal approach 128.1.
No, I'm using a live ATC service that
868 Tango Bravo.
caters to this hobby. So I'm actually talking.
Alpha Papa, Mike Tower, you're on frequency.
So we're actually basically he's guiding us in.
70 Alpha Papa, Mike Tower, roger. You can do what you gotta do to descend.
I'm flying as Delta 576.
Proceed to runway 19 or clear to land, runway 190 at 4 altimeter 2990.
And we're about to start descending.
Tower said that Papa runway 100 clear to land. Aircraft calling San Luis Tower, remain outside the Delta airspace, standby.
So he's sounding a little busy. Let's make a right. Oh, here it comes.
The 2026 Papa, remain outside the Delta airspace, standby, please. At over 903-124, contact Josh, approach 126.1.
Alright, so we're more than 14 miles out past Avenal. So I'm going to give him a try.
528 Whiskey, SoCal, departure, German altimeter 2988.
LA Center, Delta 576, requesting lower.
Delta 576, you're set on, sorry.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you, but we were just requesting lower.
Delta 576, lay descent pilot discretion, maintain level 240.
Pilot discretion at 240. We're leaving with 310 right now. Thanks, Delta 576. Alright, so we're going to go 240.
Mic check, loud and clear. For 1980, center of ground, where you're parked.
And we're going to put that there.
Number 1980, center of ground, where you're parked.
Back.
1980, runway 25, taxi 5, Bravo, Alpha Golf.
Okay. Alright, so let's get the ATIS.
For 2207 Echo.
ATIS is on 134.5.
Runway, actually tell you what, enter a, proceed just north of the airport and enter a right base, runway 29er, report 3 miles out.
Read back all runway assignment and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Charlie.
Charlie.
Here's the next report, 3 miles out, please. 3 miles out on a right base, 29.
Pasadena Airport. 8 TIS information, Charlie. 0253 Zulu.
I have a 2068 Papa, I believe, called up San Luis Tower. Take your position request.
Sky condition, clear. Temperature 25. Dew point -29er. Altimeter 29er, rate 7.
29er, rate 7.
Departing runways 8, 33.
Pacific Papa, item.
VFR departures, contact, clearance, delivery. Advise on course heading, altitude.
8 and 3-3.
Loud and clear.
Read back all
Hey,
runway
Pacific Papa, your item is observed about 4 miles to the east of the airport. Make straight in to runway 29er, you're clear to land. The wind is 206.
8 TIS information, Charlie. 0253 Zulu. Wind 020 at 12.
For 07 Echo, I believe we got a chance out there, number 2, on about a 7 miles or so from the airport. Make straight in to runway 29er, report at 3 miles final.
Rate 7. Arriving and departing runways 8, 33. Visual approaches in use. VFR departures, contact, clearance, delivery. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight follows.
It's the opposite one. I wanted to get the 1.5, but
all runway assignments and hold
I gotta listen to it again, though.
Advise on initial contact. You have information, Charlie. Burbank, Glendale, Pasadena Airport. 8 TIS information, Charlie.
For 552 Whiskey, say altitude.
Wind 020 at 12.
yeah.
Visibility 10.
You're currently in violation of the Bravo. You were instructed that you left Bravo airspace, so whenever a controller says leaving Bravo airspace, that means you're no longer cleared into the Bravo airspace. Technically, you're in a violation of the airspace, and I'm unable to give you a pass with the CAT 11 for that reason.
So there's basically, at this time, about
Let's see how would you like to proceed.
3 different air traffic control networks that you can use. There's VATSIM, which is free.
Roger, radar service is terminated.
And there is another one called IVAO. That's also free, I think. And then there's PilotEdge, which is a pay version. And the pay version, you could argue, well, it's a company, so the community doesn't pay the controllers directly. But essentially, the fact that people subscribe is what, allows us to have the service.
122, there'll be 1 more minute.
So they have a whole rating system that you can do. It's kind of like training, and they'll evaluate your performance. You don't have to do it. Unless you really mess up all the time, they might require you to complete the training. But lots of us do it because it's fun and challenging. We learn a lot from it. But it's cool because they'll give you feedback. Sometimes it feels like you're being scolded, but, as long as you're able to sort of see through that and just read, the message that's being given to you, you learn a lot from it. 135.5, Delta 576. 135.5. Elliott Center, Delta 576, level 240.
Delta 576, Elliott Center, maintain 11000 for bank altimeter 2987.
Down to 11000, Delta 576. D. Sully, thanks for following. 1000. So the reason why you pay for it is because in the other networks, it's not guaranteed service on any given day, and also what can happen is basically like one night somebody might be on in one area, and then the next night that area is no longer available, but somebody else is on somewhere else. Whereas if you pay for the full service on PilotEdge, you get basically almost the entire western half of the United States guaranteed service from Pacific time 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. That works great for me because East Coast to US, I get it from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Which is great, 'cause after work or on a weekend I can stay up late and fly. So you're guaranteed service, and they're also like it's like a higher level of quality control. Alright, so we're coming up on a changeover point at 63 miles. We're going to switch over to 12.5. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to fly this 4-stacks visual and turn and visually fly to the airport. But they're using 8 and 3-3 because the winds are 020 coming this way.
290 heading. Radar vectors, Victor 538 as filed. Maintain 5,000.
Alright, I'm going to switch over to
5 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 133.905. Squawk 3544.
Alright, and after Fillmore, it's on 136. I love these mountains over here coming in. It looks so cool. And I would like to be down at 11,000 by 10 miles DME. I have 16 miles to get down there. I'm going to help it out with a little bit of speed brake. Oops. Because
736-114 tower runway 8 left, clear for takeoff. Wind 0708, gust 16. Doing great. Papa exit to left on Mabel, taxi stand by Alpha Monogram.
Alright, 29er, what is it? 29er87 is the altimeter.
For 1980, center of tower runway 25, clear for takeoff. Wind 2403.
And let's get the lights on. I'm just going to put these on now so I don't forget. Just enjoy a flyby.
Something Kilo Charlie, say again. Extra 71 Kilo Charlie, Minutes ground runway 2 taxi via Alpha.
Made it to Los Angeles. No blue screen. Awesome, dude. And that's a pretty taxing area, too. This might sound dumb, but are these flights like real time? Oh, yeah. Wait, did I answer that before? Or did somebody else ask the same question?
Approach 134.2.
134.2, Delta 576. 134, perfect. So we got that. We got that. Let's listen to ATIS one more time.
Hold short instructions. Advise on initial
49108,
contact.
contact approach 134.9.
134.9.
Airport. Are you Tango Bravo? Turn left heading 200.
Wind 020 at 12.
Same thing.
Visibility 10. Sky condition.
All right,
clear.
so
Temperature 25.
hopefully I'm going to request the visual 3-3 because we never get it.
SoCal approach 7749 or 108 with you level 4000.
SoCal approach Delta 576 approaching 1000, and we have information Charlie at Burbank.
Delta 576, SoCal approach ring altimeter 2987. Thanks, Charlie. You want the visual or the ILS?
We'll do the visual. If we can do visual 3-3, we'll take it.
Delta 576, extra no problem. Present heading, just to maintain 5,000 vectors for the visual approach runway 33.
Okay, present heading down to 5,000 and vectors 3-3, Delta 576.
Purple Center 108, full approach LA altimeter 2987.
2987, decimal 108.
Alright, got a little bit
Tango
slow.
Bravo.
Alright, Silva, thanks for following, buddy. And for the host, thanks,
Turn
dude.
left 10 degrees 8 Tango Bravo.
First 73614, kind of departure. 73614, kind of departure.
I'll just put this down at 250, just as a place marker.
Circle approach.
Alright, so unless he gives us
500 heading 100.
another approach controller, we're going to put in a
73614, circle departure, radar contact.
tower frequency.
4,000. I say approach request, no money.
Got some traffic out here.
We would like to have the BUR Alpha circling approach to El Monte.
So we got two airplanes, one there, one there. You can see the lights.
71 Kilo Charlie, send us the tower. Another departure, proceed on course.
So Burbank is out over here. So we also got our, I should bump this up. Let's go like, there we go. Okay. Alright, so he said fly present heading. So I'm going to assume that's a vector. So I'm not going to turn 136.
14 Tango Bravo, Monte Tower. Correction, Van Nuys Tower. After departure, proceed on
Traffic.
course. Runway 16 right, clear for takeoff. Set 3614. Cross Paradise at 4,000. Clear for the VOR Alpha approach in the San Gabriel Airport. Expect circle runway 19er.
Michael Clark, I have the entire U.S. done.
Cross Paradise at 4,000, and then cleared for the VOR Alpha approach.
You can do the entire U.S. at zoom level 16 at, I think it's like 3 terabytes.
Bravo. The turns are kind of tight here.
I have it done at a base of 17. And if you did all 17, it would be about 8 terabytes. But I actually have mixed in around airports higher zoom levels, so I'm closer to 10. There's another airplane down there. Another airplane over there.
76, turn left 100, this is maintain 4,000.
Left down to 4,000. Say heading again, please, Delta 576.
Delta 576, turn left heading 100, this is maintain 4,000.
Okay, 100 down to 4,000, Delta 576.
Full number 108, flight heading 300, vectors to Kennog.
Heading 300, vector Kennog, decimal 108.
Okay, I got traffic there. No excessive there. Okay, this is Van Nuys over here.
122, Papa Tango, Vegas ground.
And then we have
left. At Alpha 6.
Burbank up there.
Let me know.
Now I'm just going to line this up with approximate runway heading for situational awareness.
You up Tango and 8 left at Alpha 6, taxi by.
Oh yeah, I know, it's a great airplane, isn't it? Let's get the landing numbers. So we got 130 on the VREF, so let's set this to 135.
We'll see. For 1980, is still on this frequency? 1980, roger. It appears you're walking the wrong code.
Caesar, yeah, absolutely.
I had you for a moment, but it looked like I lost you because you're on the wrong code or something like that. Verify, you're supposed to be squawking 5146.
When we level off, I'm going to let it bleed off to about 210.
Negative 5146. Hey, 267. Right, 1 Tango Bravo cleared. Actually, tell you what, I'm going to make it back around anyway. 815 Tango Bravo, give me a left turn heading 100.
Right after his conversation, I'm going to let him know I have the airport in sight.
Tango Bravo.
SoCal approach, Delta 576 has Burbank in sight.
Delta 576, thanks. Cleared visual approach runway 33.
Cleared visual 33, Delta 576. Alright, so I'm going to, now we know that, I can take the airplane down on my own discretion.
Whoever just responded to that 134.2 read back, that was for one aircraft, and that one aircraft was 49108.
Okay, we're getting flaps 1 in.
134.2, Cessna 108.
Oh, let me just level it off actually for a moment.
1980, I'm able to give you a pass since you had the wrong code plugged in and didn't tell me when you're 10 miles out from the airport. I'm going to have to make you restart that at least from takeoff. I need to make sure that you're able to get the right codes out from the beginning. Right. If you just restarted the actuator right next to the runway, I'm fine.
Have a goose day, man. How's it going?
Doing the proper procedure.
Just gonna go flaps 10 to get some more drag going here.
Delta 576, Mapper Rank Tower 18.7.
Over to tower, Delta 576. Burbank Tower, Delta 576, visual 33.
Delta 576, Rank Tower 133, clear to land 101, 0 correction 02012.
Alright, clear to land 33, Delta 576. Gear down, flaps 15.
Circle approach, break altimeter 287, advise you the weather.
Good, man. Just enjoying a flight into Burbank.
Visual approach, runway 34 left.
For all of this scenery, it's stored on your hard drive. Yeah, well, yeah, I got, oops. Let's get off on a
November 1880, ready to taxi. Do you want to reset any codes?
1980, squawk 5724.
Alright, so we have auto brake on medium. We have the speed brakes set for auto deploy.
November 49108.
We have the airport in sight over there.
90. Vectors to final.
We're a little slow. It's going to do about 500 feet per minute.
Turn left heading 060.
Let's get it back to 150.
For 49108, Van Nuys Airport, 2 o'clock, 5 miles.
So if you're asking about, yeah, for this scene, no, wait, hold on.
Squawk 10, right, clear to visual approach, runway 34 left.
Okay, I'm not sure if you're talking about my sim there, but it sounds like you're talking about Mike's sim.
Squawk 10, right, count up Van Nuys Tower, hold 9.3.
So we're landing right over here on this runway, going that way.
For 73614, I'm showing you a solid 5 miles south of the approach course. Pay attention.
Let's go landing flaps.
For 614, I already gave the approach clearance before Paradise, which means that you would have hit Paradise and you went ahead and joined the approach. Yeah, for 614, technically you're supposed to be on the approach by now. That's fine. I can Defenders back around. Are you able to accept direct Pomona and start the approach from there after the hold? Tell you what, 614, you're established on Victor 363 now, correct? Alright, 614, tell you what, let's just cancel approach clearance. Continue on your present route to Pomona. Cross Pomona at 4,000. Cleared for the VOR Alpha approach. And into St. Gabriel Airport, circle runway 19er. And this will be a straight in approach, no need to do the hold. For 614, yeah, since you came in from Prado, you don't have to do the hold.
A little high. A little fast.
500. Santa Barbara ground, November 1980 with information. Hotel ready to taxi.
Number 6, correction 868 Tango Bravo. 4 miles from Escon. Turn left heading 270. Maintain 4,000 till established localizer. Cleared ILS 224 approach.
100.
That night's tower, Cessna 49108, 4.5 miles south on the visual 34 right.
49108 Banana Tower, runway 34 left, 34 left. Clear to land. Wind 01015, gust 22.
34 left, clear to land, Cessna 108.
Maybe we'll come off right here. We're at Alpha 1.
Number 3124, contact make a shoulder approach on 18.8.
From Tower, Delta 576, off at Alpha 1.
Santa Barbara ground, November 1980 with information. Hotel ready to taxi.
Southwest 88, thanks for following, dude.
Alpha cross runway 8, this was the 09.
Long landing. Oh. The last transmission was that for Delta 576?
Delta 576 affirmative, ramp Alpha, this frequency, cross runway 8, have a nice day.
Okay, to the ramp on Alpha this frequency, and we'll cross 8 Delta 576, thanks.
November 1980. Correction, Santa Barbara ground, runway 25, taxi 5 Bravo, Alpha, golf.
Runway 25, taxi Bravo, Alpha Golf, November 1982.
For 8 Tango Bravo.
Had to try the I-10 4 times. Oof. I know, that's a tough one, right? We'll check out the replay. Yeah, it was definitely a little long. I mean, I was trying to put in a crosswind correction in the flare, which is always fun with the twist grip. But I was a little off on that one.
Right, Tango Bravo, Palmar Tower, runway 24, clear to land. Clear to land, runway 24, 826 Tango Bravo.
Alright, so while we're heading over there, let's kill that. And let's kill that. And let's put that there. And master caution is going to be for the pedo. So we wanted to do the visual 154 stacks, but the winds are 020 at like 12. So we went for 3-3 instead. We don't usually get to do 3-3. You know, 8's the other usual runway, so. Are there mechanical issues while flying around? It can, yes. In fact, I had an autopilot failure after takeoff last weekend, was it? And, yeah, it happens. Sure. You can reset it in flight if you wanted to. It's always brutal frame rates facing in this direction of this airport.
Tower, November,
So he's cleared us to cross the runway.
25 and fly for departure.
So we're just going to go ahead and do that. See, the windsock actually agrees with what they said, 0 to 0.
Tower, runway 25, clear for takeoff.
Runway 25, clear for takeoff, November 180.
For 73614, contact up Money Tower 121.2.
Tower Cessna 108 is clear of 34 left at Quebec.
Or 108, taxi to ramp via Alpha.
Taxi to the ramp via Alpha, Cessna 108.
Alright, let's hope that these Southwest folks don't mind us showing up. Now that we've crossed the runway, we can kill the rest of these lights.
Del Monte Tower, Cessna 73614 at 3000 on the BUR Alpha approach for 19, runway 19er.
Hey, Jose, how's it going?
Coming in with Yankee.
Well, if you want to fly something like this, like X-Plane, you get the simulator itself. Get yourself an inexpensive joystick like the Logitech Extreme 3D Pro. It's 40 bucks. Works with other games. So if you don't like Flight Sim, you can use it for other things. And you can start there. Start flying the Cessna that it comes with, and the stock 737 is quite nice. And then there's also additional modifications that you can download later that make it even more realistic. Okay, let's see how we did here. Since we have no marshaller. Ooh, alright, we'll take it.
Delivery, good evening, American 991 with you at ski 159, requesting IFR to Sierra Alpha Echo Zulu. We have whiskey.
American 991 heavy LA clearance.
Yeah, that's true too. You can download the free trial that it'll basically ignore your stick after like 8 or 10 minutes, and then you just relaunch it and try it again. It's a very good suggestion. And then you could fly it with the mouse and keyboard just to play around with it. Should be a cool replay to watch. Hopefully the frames hold up, because we made basically a pretty tight turn on a short final.
0209.
Alright, so we're going to disconnect from PilotEdge, otherwise they won't be too happy that we're going to be rewinding and fast forwarding on their radar scope. Which I did that one, actually more than once. Yeah, that was ridiculous. He flew way too long on a mouse and joystick. Alright. Let's put it right about there. Oh, the honeycomb. Yeah, everybody's excited about it. Oh, yeah, there you go. Actually, it was kind of cool, Tim. I did recently a flight out of there, and I went to go look on, what is it, like the flight tracker, one of the websites, to see like what gates they have and if there's any airlines going in and out of there, right? Of course, it was all Boeing call signs, and it was pretty neat watching one of, they were testing like a 737-800. And you could see basically how they took off, and they just had a very defined pattern that they flew around the area. It was just pretty neat to look at, like, the whole ground track. Alright, let's do it from right about there. That'll look kind of cool. The hangars and all that. This is a very nicely modeled airport by GPB. Look at those houses on the hills. I'm not getting honeycomb. I can't use rudder pedals. So, the yoke is useless to me because of that. Well, I have a disability that would make it difficult for me to use rudder pedals, so that's why I always use a twist grip. Guys, we must fly quietly. Exactly. I need my bionic legs. Like Lieutenant Dan. Ooh, the bounce. Ba-doink-a-doink. Yeah, my crosswind landings would be that much better. I mean, the fact that I'm doing 6 axes on one hand is pretty good. Let's try it from the tower view. It'll give us like a nice, slightly above perspective. Vroom. These are short runways. You really gotta plunk it down. Right about there. Honeycomb, yeah. I think, doesn't it have, I don't know, does it have a throttle on it? I don't even know, actually. But they have, like, their throttle system. Oh, okay. They also now, it's not out yet, I don't think, but it's like an interchangeable, configurable throttle system that all comes together. It gives you GA levers, single and multi-engine, and airliner levers, and a trim wheel, and some more programmable buttons. So it's pretty cool. Came off center line. Kind of stomped on the brakes there. Yo, Iowa, what's up, buddy? We'll do one wing view from the left side so we can enjoy the nice scenery underneath us as we're making that final turn. Look at the sock. It's like whoop whoop whoop. Another night of work and no play. Ah, I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. That sucks. Now, when you're working, are you at least at a desk that you can watch a stream on a decent sized monitor, or do you have to do it, or are you watching on your phone? There's the airport. Anyway, let's try the little scenery load trick. Let's try. See if we can make these textures a little sharper. Yeah, I think it made a little difference. Right? I mean, this low to the ground, it's not going to make that much of a difference, but... that's cool, Iowa, that's great. People are thrilled. They're like, yay, a nice loud, lowest possible bypass turbojet ripping sound over our house. Sorry. Yeah. Good stuff. That was fun. I forgot what this was. You got the radar there, but I forgot what that thing was. That Greg modeled in there. Just rolling on in. Glad I scaled it back a little bit, because even here it gets choppy. I love the sounds on this thing, it's crazy. That spool down just sounds so awesome. See it? Oh wait, hold on, let me just rewind a little bit. So watch as the, I guess as the hydraulics depressurize, see the leading edge just flaps just kind of fall down. Yeah. I thought I shut that light off. Let's get out of replay mode. And of course, they're gonna need some stairs here since there's nothing available at the moment. No stairs to wheel up, or of course they don't have anything there. I gotta like program that onto my stick somehow. I think you can. I just haven't gotten around to it. Don't ask me why. I really enjoyed doing this part too. It's like getting the stairs down, trucks up. Yeah, totally. That's what makes it fun, right? Just to watch it. Caesar, yeah, same here, I think. I can't remember if I learned it from the sim or maybe I'd seen it somewhere else and just didn't really faze me, but definitely this airplane made me appreciate it. That's what she said, Rod. Thank you, thank you. Gas it up. Oh yeah, looking good, looking good. Oh yeah, exactly, Tim. Nobody gets off this plane. We just keep loading more and more people on, and baggage, and food, and drinks. We don't believe in goodbyes. No, I gotta see though. I just keep saying that, you know. I was like, yeah, there's got to be a way to have it unload the bags. Good stuff. Well, anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the flight. Thanks for hanging out with me. And nice, chill, relaxed sightseeing tour of some cool stuff, along with a fun approach at the end. I'm hoping to fly a little more this weekend. I have a deadline to meet on Monday. I'm going to try and finish it all off tomorrow if I can. But we'll see. I'm a habitual procrastinator, so it's kind of tough for me. But we'll see what we can do. Although I've been working on it this week, so. Thanks, Rod. Good seeing you, buddy. And Caesar and Tim and Caesar, we'll keep an eye out on Sunday for your stream. Hopefully you're going to fly again. I'm going to throw a host over to DigiDriver, so we can go hang with him. He's doing some airliner action to some serious mountains. So let's go check him out. And I wish you guys a good weekend if I don't see you, but I know most of you I will see you again very soon. So take care, everybody.